Hello, I'm Leroy Garcia, and this is Blue Rain Gallery Podcast. Today, we're going to do a drive-along with one of my favorite artists, Erin Currier. We're going to go to a few of the restaurants in Santa Fe where she has artwork, and I believe we'll be visiting a mural as well. So, welcome and come along. Hey, Erin. Good morning. Are you ready for this ride-along?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Let's go see what you're up to. So, where are we going first?
We're going to Escondido.
Oh.
My friend Fernando Ruiz's relatively new restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
He's the 3-time award-winning Food Network champion.
Mm-hmm.
And incredible chef and a beautiful human. And he's got this great program where he employs people who have recently done time, like felons that most people won't employ, and they're convicted of nonviolent crimes, and they're really great people who've changed and reformed, and he's giving them a skill set to transition back into society.
We need more people like that. Mm-hmm.
And this restaurant is beautiful. He commissioned several artists to create paintings and murals there and tile work, and he has this big painting owned by a mutual collector friend of ours in the restaurant that I created, and it's of him, Ralph, who does that program I was talking about with him, and Ralph Martinez and Toby Morphine, my good friend who's an artist. Mm-hmm. And Fernando and Ralph also have this program that they go into prisons and teach inmates how to cook. And already some of these people have said it's totally changed their life and given them some hope and something to live for. And then they come out and they work in the restaurant, and they continue to learn like cooking and service and hostess skills and things like that,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's go in and see what's going on over here.
Okay.
Well, we're here at Escondido. Let's go in, see what's happening.
Thank you. Hi. It's beautiful. Huh?
It's a beautiful restaurant. We're standing in front of a painting that Erin produced for this restaurant. As she was saying, her friend Stuart helped secure the painting for this restaurant and memorialized Fernando, who's the guy in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And then Toby Morphine and this other guy's name?
The chef and Toby Morphine and Ralph Martinez.
Yeah.
And in it I used, Fernando gave me a bunch of his menus from restaurants he had worked at, and even some of his recipes too.
Oh, nice.
Like here's one of his roasted poblano recipe. And see, there's some menus on his shirt. And then Toby, who's my good friend and artist and curator, he gave me like his own paintbrushes that I put in his hand, and his snowboard passes are up there.
Yeah,
some of the art shows that
he's such
put together.
a snow bunny there, huh?
Yeah.
He loves to ski and snowboard.
And then this is the Espanola Pathways homeless shelter, and Ralph actually opened it. Ralph was homeless for, I think, around a decade in addicts. And then he got clean, and he does all these great grassroots efforts, with Fernando, like the going to prisons and teaching people to cook. But anyway, Ralph helped open that Espanoola's first homeless shelter.
Oh, that was
And
wonderful.
Toby did the mural on it, so I included that. And then I included their friend Freddie Rial's lowrider car in the background too.
You always have to have a lowrider when you're dealing with Española.
Yeah, that's a big part of Toby and a lot of the communities. Like.
You have a lot of religious iconography in there too, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
With the saints and the Sacred Heart symbol over there.
Yeah, everything in the piece kind of relates to both their individual stories and then the story of the larger community in New Mexico that they're part of. And there's reference to the restaurant, like taco shell trash and loteria cards with the hot sauce on it, and the lowrider culture with this was like some floor mat from a car wash or something. And here's a road map of New Mexico, more loteria cards.
And what's up with Uma Thurman over there?
I don't know what I was thinking when I included that.
Yeah, it's a really cool piece. It's really nice. Well done.
Maybe the cinema and movies in New Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I think I was trying to include a lot of reference just to New Mexico, the larger New Mexico as a community, and so I included things about film, art, restaurants. The road map, the famous Saint and Sinner bar that Cara
In
Romero
Española.
photographed. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. It's like this was one of your masterpieces, actually. I think it's very well
Thanks.
done.
Yeah, I really enjoyed creating this piece.
Did Stuart like it as well?
Oh yeah, he loved it. Yeah.
That's nice.
And
How did these three feel being immortalized like that? Did they like
all
it?
love this painting.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still meet people that say, "Oh, you're the artist who painted Ralph," or "You're the artist who painted Toby." Huh?
Yeah.
This is actually one of Toby's paintings. This owl, which I love. I think it's a masterpiece. And then they had commissioned
The tile piece.
I can't recall the artist's name, but
Is
it's
it Bard?
all like custom.
It says the last name Bard or something like that. Yeah, that's pretty a mosaic. The tiles.
It's really beautiful.
So if you're coming here for lunch today, chile en nogada, the dish that beat Bobby Flay. That's what you were talking about. And this is roasted poblano pepper stuffed with ground pork, ground veal, golden raisins, pepitas, which is pumpkin seeds, piñón, walnut cream sauce, and queso fresco, and pomegranate seeds. Sounds delicious. And he beat Bobby Flay with that. That's pretty cool. Then it has the vegetarian chili en nogada, chicken mole enchiladas, which are some of my favorites. Wow, this is a good menu. Vegetarian mole enchiladas, and then the specialty tacos, tempura fish tacos, which is what Erin really loves over here.
I too.
Yeah, and pork belly tacos, scallops crudo, ajituno crudo. It's just when I say crudo, it just means raw. Bay scallop ceviche, shrimp ceviche, ceviche verde, ceviche trio. So these are some of the great things that they're producing. I'd like to encourage everybody to come and visit this restaurant, see how that goes. Okay, we're gonna leave Escondido And now we're going to go see Café Piazza, where Erin has some more work. Let's visit that place. Come on.
Okay. Bye.
So what kind of painting do you have here at Café Piazza?
This one is quite special. It's they wanted a huge painting mural based on a 1950s mid-century modern mural in Italy by this artist Pino Casarini. He's pretty obscure. I'd never heard of him, and there's like one building, I think in Verona, one palace that has a number of his murals.
And what era was this? Or like
the 1940s,
1940s and 50s. Okay.
And there's only one book, to my knowledge, of his work, just a small book, but his work is pretty magical and cool. He does a lot of like circus themed, you know, like acrobats and, and horses and ringmaster, and so they showed me this painting, and I was kind of excited for the challenge because it's not like anything I've ever done. I totally stepped out of my comfort zone to create this. Like I don't normally, as you know, I don't paint horses. I don't, you know, and also they wanted to keep it like in that style of that era and that artist, and but I really enjoyed that process. And it's kind of funny because it does look just like this mural from 1950s Italy, and yet everyone who's seen it so far is like, oh, Erin, it's totally your, it's in your style. Like somehow you can see my hand, I guess.
So how do you feel about doing commissions like these? Do you like them?
I love to do mural work, and I love the drawing and studio work, of course, is my primary love, but I feel like doing murals from time to time help get me out of my comfort zone and maybe work a little more kind of loose and free and expansive, and I think it adds, you know, when I'm working on like a large scale mural, I think that adds to what I then bring back to the series of works that I'm doing for Blue Rain in the studio, you know? Yeah. Like it adds some, especially movement, I think, like working large, like you really, you're kind of obligated to move your body in a way that you can then like bring back to focus on a smaller piece. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, all the commissions I've seen you produce have been spectacular, very, very beautiful, well thought out, and down to the trash that you put on there. I mean, all the words. It's really cool how it mirrors. And for those of you who've never seen Erin's work before, she's one of the best collage artists out there.
Oh, thanks.
But very innovatively different than most, if you can imagine, because it's a mixture sometimes of painting and collage. Sometimes she does pure collage. And so the artwork we're going to see here is a mural. Okay. And how many murals have you done? Was this your second one or third?
Well, I did murals early on, like way back. You know, like even in my late teens in high school, one of my professors commissioned this big mural of like a castle for his daughters. It looked like this castle with a princess and scenery out these stone windows. And and then in college, again, I went to university for theater design. So I did a lot of like scene and set painting in addition to costume design.
Yeah.
And then out of college, I did some mural work in Taos, like a large-scale Buddha and
Where's the
some
mural in Taos?
gardenias. And there's several of my murals at El Monte Sagrada, the spa.
Oh, yeah.
And then other buildings owned by that collector have more of my mural work. But most recently, so then I kind of left that for a long time. I got into Tonka painting, and then which led to the trash Buddhist deities, and then trash I collected all over the world, and people from all over the world, as you know, like it led to all my life's work. But recently, just in the past 2 or 3 years, I've gotten back into mural work, which feels good. Like it feels like it's a good balance. It's adding something fresh to my studio paintings.
How long did this mural take from start to finish?
It was that was another challenge, because we literally met about the mural, and they were wanting to open the restaurant like 2 weeks later. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And part of me was like,
so that stretched your brain a little bit?
oh, can I do this?
Yeah.
But I did it. I worked really hard, and I knocked it out. So yeah, my most recent murals have been, I did it's actually a double mural at Double Time Dance Studio in Albuquerque.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a massive mural on one side of the building, and then further down the building is a whole other dimension of it that kind of relates. It's almost like one big piece, but also like two, like a diptych kind of.
I'm curious about this one. So this is probably just pure painting. There's no collage on it at all.
Yeah.
It wouldn't last
Same
outside.
one, Double Time.
Yeah.
And then, this is an interior. The Double Time is an exterior. And then I did a big one in Taos at the Wildflower Playhouse.
Oh, okay.
And that one is modeled after a big painting that was in our show last year, the Tres Graces of Mexico, that's symbolized by a flamenco dancer, a painter, and a Pueblo woman, and the three are symbolize like the custodianship of the land and the natural worlds. And then Playhouse is just this meeting of flamenco and all dance, and then feasting and agriculture, the natural world, like, growing food, and then also the arts. And so the three women kind of perfectly embody what the Playhouse is doing too.
Is this the right turn? Or no, one more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never make it down to this part of town just because of going through Cerritos is really tough.
Yeah. But yeah, they did a beautiful job. And it's another restaurant that's totally of the heart, of their love of food and each other, and the South Side and family and Italy and New Mexico. It's all kind of in here,
Well, let's go check it out.
Okay. Also good to see you.
So do you. Y'all look beautiful. Yes, welcome in. I'm so happy to see you again.
Hi, my name's Leroy. I'm the owner of Blue Rain Gallery. Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. We wanted to come and see this beautiful mural and record it.
We get so many.
Well, show us the way.
Go ahead. Exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you again. Yeah.
They're pretty good. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Isn't that beautiful? That's so not like an Erin Currier.
Yeah.
So we just met the owner, Leonardo, and very gracious gentleman. And here we are in front of the mural. And as you can see, this is not a stereotypical Erin Currier painting. It's exactly like she said. And I'll let you tell us a little bit more about this.
Yeah, so this was based on a Pino Casarini mural in Verona, Italy. He's kind of an obscure but brilliant painter, and all of his works were circus inspired. He did a lot of acrobats, horses, and the challenge was to recreate pretty much exactly like one of his paintings in Italy.
How'd you like working with gold leaf?
That was exciting, and that was another example of stepping out of my comfort zone, something I'd never done. I actually brought in Robin Jones from Blue Rain Gallery, the
Oh, to do
gold
that?
leaf expert,
Oh, yeah.
to help, and the two of us did it together. And at the very end, and I was curious, like how it would, because that was part of Leonardo's vision. Leonardo and Giuliano were like, we wanted to gold leaf, like real gold, and I was curious how it would look, because the mural actually looked quite complete and beautiful without it, and a lot of people were coming through, and I was receiving a lot of compliments and positive feedback. But then the gold, like, sure enough, I think it totally makes it. It makes it glow, you know? And especially the where it's placed in the restaurant, it's like this.
It's one of the biggest tables over here, two big tables. And one of your friends pointed out the maroon couches in the bottom strip match a little bit. So that's was that intentional?
Yeah. No, it's pure magic. We were all kind of marveling about that, because that eggplant color is what you see in the original mural that I matched. And then they had separately just ordered these booths, and then the chairs came as I was painting, and we were like, no way. It's like perfect.
Pretty cool. It's nice to have reference or people that can help too, like Robin Jones, who's a very special artist in our gallery as well.
Yeah, we had so much fun working on it together, and we kind of talked about maybe collaborating again somehow. Maybe at Blue Rain, like on a future show there.
That would be really fun. That's a good idea. We'll have to talk to her about that. Although she's moving back to Seattle.
Yeah, bastard.
Well, let's go through a little bit of the menu of this place. This is the owner of this beautiful restaurant. What's the name of the restaurant?
Piazza Cafe.
Piaza Cafe. And you have a long-time family presence here in the valley, or?
I grew up here in Tsuki, and my family has been in the restaurant business for many, many years. We own the Plaza Cafe downtown and the Plaza Cafe Southside.
Oh, nice.
So I'm also married to an Italian, so that's the Italian connection to this Piazza Cafe, which literally means Plaza Cafe in Italian.
Oh, nice.
And so the general concept of the menu is authentic Italian, which is pretty hard to come by. Most of the restaurants in the United States are some sort of Italo-American version of Italian. So because he's from Tuscany, we wanted to do something that was like really authentic Italian. So when you come here, you feel like you're taking a trip to Tuscany.
Oh, nice.
Or to Italy, yeah.
Well, I love the mural behind us. Thank you for giving her permanent place in your restaurant.
Oh, it's beautiful, and she did a great job. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah. And let's just talk about 3 of your favorite dishes. What are they?
That's a really tough question. I'll talk about one dish that I think is really special. It's the pizza carbonara, which is sort of a play off a regular pasta carbonara, but in pizza form, which is even not that easy to find in Italy. So I think it's really special.
Oh, nice. And then what other things? Let's say, give me 2 others.
2 others. I think one of the stars of the menu is our insalata verde, which is a beautiful combination of bitter and sweet greens, a really nice light shallot vinaigrette. It's a huge salad, and it's really light and really healthy, and just makes you feel good to eat it.
I might have to bring my wife over here. That sounds good. Okay, and your third favorite?
Third favorite probably would be, it's called merluzzo alla livornese. It's a codfish that is cooked with stewed cherry tomatoes imported from Italy, capers, olives, a little olive oil, garlic, and it's super simple but very flavorful.
Ah, wonderful. Now, if you could, introduce us to your chef.
Okay, our chef
Come over here.
right now is Francesco Baldin. He's from Milan, and he's a visiting chef right now. He's been here for 2 weeks. He's helping us to sort of boot camp the menu and make it more authentically Italian.
Oh, nice. How do you like it here so far?
Yep.
Come ti piace adesso? Santa Fe.
Santa Fe è molto bella, è bello il clima, è bella la gente, c'è un bel paesaggio, si sta bene, sono simpatici. Anche i ragazzi in cucina che ho trovato sono molto disponibili e lavoratori.
Okay, now you translate.
He says he likes it a lot here in Santa Fe. He likes the people, the climate, and here in the restaurant, he's found that everyone's responded really well to all these suggestions, and everyone's been really willing to help out, and they're excited to with the new changes.
Wonderful.
Not so much changes, but the refinement of the menu.
To make it more correct in the Italian form, right?
Exactly.
Well, wonderful. Thanks for having us today. I appreciate you guys spending 5 minutes with us.
No problem.
Give us an idea. Thank you. All right, now left to our last destination, Cafecito.
Oh boy.
Ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay, Erin, let's go see Cafecito.
Okay.
I think this is where we had our staff Christmas party this past winter.
Yeah, it's been one of my favorite restaurants for a long time. Actually, we've done some after parties after my Blue Rain openings.
Oh, over there? Yeah.
Yeah. Which I always invite you to, but you're busy.
You're hard to get me out.
But yeah, it's owned by this wonderful Argentinian couple, Solange and Andreas, and Carlos Gardel is like he's like the Elvis of Argentina, of tango music.
Somebody doesn't like tango over here, huh?
And he's a god in Argentina. And I went to his grave for the first time many years ago at Chacarita Cemetery in Buenos Aires. And there's a life-size statue of Carlos Gardel, and people have put a continuously lit cigarette in his hand for like more than half a century.
Wow.
And there are people at his grave playing guitar 24/7, tango guitar and accordion, and there's all these photographs and gifts and flowers, and it's the most amazing living altar you'd ever
That sounds
see.
very South American culturally. They really
Yeah.
have reverence for the people passed on.
Yeah, totally. But like a joyous reverence, because people are always like laughing and drinking and passing mate around and smoking weed on his grave, you know?
That's funny.
It's grand.
So for those who are watching, one of Erin's other favorite passions in life besides drawing and painting is dancing tango.
Yeah.
And she's really found passion in that lately.
Yeah, it's been an ongoing love. I was first introduced to it many years ago. Anthony and I, my late partner Anthony, went to Buenos Aires. We first went in 2003. We took some tango classes way back then. And off and on over the years, I've dipped in a little here and there. And then finally, actually, after his passing, we had talked a lot about like, oh, we got to get back into tango. And then when he died, it actually helped me so much through the mourning and grieving, like the tango embrace.
Yeah.
Being held and holding someone and in dance, and it. Like there's passion and sensuality and affection, but it's safe. It's like comforting because it's no matter how passionate the dance is, it's just, you're dancing 3 or 4 dances and that's it. It's pretty amazing because you can have this incredible connection and chemistry with someone and you just both get together, have this fire, and then it's like, thanks.
Oh, yeah, see you later.
Go your own way. It's awesome.
Well, Erin, a couple years ago, had some tango dancing at the gallery for her opening. That was well received. People liked that a lot.
Yeah, we're actually planning to do that again. James and Krista have agreed to perform it. June 27th.
At the opening, don't forget, right,
yeah.
Erin? Yeah.
Yeah, and they're, it's a great honor. Actually, in addition to Krista and James performing, I actually just completed a painting honoring him, James.
Oh,
Jim.
nice.
And I'm doing one of Chris Rodriguez. And then I was at all these tango festivals in the fall in Sicily, Athens, Istanbul, and did so many
Drawings.
sketches and drawings that I'm hoping to present a few of those in my show this year.
But it seems like you really like drawing the forms too, and in the middle of the act of a dance.
Yeah.
You're just like a freeze frame.
Trying to capture that moment.
Yeah, you capture a lot of passion. Obviously, tango is a very passionate form of dancing.
Yeah, and
Very
it's so
intimate.
much fun too. There's, I think, more and more the arts, the art of food and cooking and dance and all of it have merged.
It's a
little
fantastic
more.
art scene, isn't it? It's well-rounded.
Yeah.
I like visiting some of these big cities because of all the great restaurants. And Santa Fe is a very small city, but it has as many great restaurants as a big city.
Yeah. I think a lot of people who love food in this town also value like visual aesthetic, which is really cool.
Yeah. So we're here at Cafecito with Erin, and we'll let you be the tour guide. So let's come on in.
Here we are. So Solange, the owner of the restaurant, is also an architect and did this beautiful job designing this place.
Thursday and Friday, I still was able to.
Hi, how's it going? Here's
So
Cafecito and here's the painting.
So we listened to a little bit of a story about this gentleman. What's his name again?
Yeah, Carlos Gardel.
Carlos Gardel. And of course, there's a nice write-up here too. That's a long story,
Yeah.
but that's pretty cool. Tell me a little bit about what you've included on this piece, besides him.
So as I said, he's probably the most famous and beloved tango singer and musician ever, in Argentina. And so I've included all of these pieces that relate to his story. Like, this is from a tango bar in San Telmo. It's an old flyer. And this is from Confiteria Ideal in Buenos Aires, one of their flyers for some live music. A tango show in La Boca. Here's some sheet music. And he's very beloved by women. Like, he died unexpectedly in a plane crash, and 4 different women committed suicide in Havana, Paris, New York, and Buenos Aires. So that's like reference to what a ladies' man. Women were just in love with him.
So you have like a mixture of a Buddha pose and a saint thing going around it at the same time.
Yeah, that's a mandorla. It's for Buddhist saints. And he's seated on a lotus like a Buddha. And then he always smokes cigarettes. And the C is for Carlos.
El Gato Negro, the black cat.
And then
Little club.
Loteria cards of the gentleman. And there's a sugar packet from Buenos Aires. Oh, and one of my best friends, he won a Latin Grammy, and I got to go. So that's a ticket.
A ticket from them?
Latin
nice.
Grammys. Yeah.
What a beautiful painting. That's nice. Really makes sense to have it here. And so do you guys practice tango here?
We did for many years, but Krista recently began classes in a practice at a larger space because her community continues to grow. So,
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you taking time to show us a few of your favorite restaurants that happen to have a piece of your work or two. So that's really nice. Thank you, Erin.
Oh, thank you, Leroy.
Well, that was fun. Really enjoyed cruising around Santa Fe with Erin Currier and visiting these wonderful restaurants. I'd like to encourage you or any of our audience to subscribe to our podcasts. If you're not going to subscribe, you can always see them at bluerayandgallery.com under the menu bar podcasts. I'd like to also encourage you to take art into your everyday life by going to our online store, bluerayandprintshop.com. Thank you.